Hi, I'm not American, but I know it's mass deportation week for the Trump administration in Chicago, and I have a lot of questions. I'm just going to read them off my tablet because everything just seems so vague and unclear. So if you know the answers to any of these questions, please let me know. Number one, how do you do that? Where do you look? You just go up to people's houses and hope they open the door? Do you go to people's jobs? Do they have a mandate? And what does that look like? Because how do you legally just pick someone up? Right? This just seems crazy to me. I'm sorry. It's not funny. Next question. Are they expecting people to tell their neighbors like back in 1930? Because, again, it just seems a little bit crazy to me. Also, who is targeted? Any person walking down the street with an accent? Latinos specifically? African migrants? Arabs? Asians? Anyone who doesn't look white? Do they have a list of potential suspects? Or will they just grab random people and check whether or not they're here legally or not? What does La Migra do about the kids? Kids of people who got grabbed but are American citizens, and kids who are not American because they were not born in the U.S. Do they just get sent away? Are they supposed to go into the foster care system knowing that it's already struggling terribly? Another question that I have is, will it be a crime to have hosted an illegal immigrant if they were found in your house? Sounds crazy. Another question I have is, do pregnant women get grabbed too, or are they allowed to at least give birth first? Next, ICE officers are not police officers, right? Are they allowed to use force, or will they constantly be working with police officers to threaten and beat people? We know American police officers like doing that. Also about ICE officers, does America have enough ICE officers and police officers to do that? And if they invested in employing new ICE and police officers, how much does that cost per month until the operation is done? And where is that money coming from? Now let's get very practical. So you get grabbed. What's next? Where do you go? Away? A detention center, sure. But certainly there aren't enough detention centers for a mass deportation stretching over several major cities. That's impossible. So where do they stack all these people? Another very practical question. How do people get to their home country? They say they're starting in Chicago. I looked up how to get to the Central American borders to make it simple. Not that they're the only immigrants, it's just all they talk about. It says 10 hours by bus, 3-hour flights. Who's paying for that? How are they organized to move that many people at the same time? I don't get it. And for Latinos, you can't just drop them off at the Mexican border, right? I don't know, what if they're from Chile or Nicaragua? And what if someone refuses to tell you where they're from? It's not possible. I have the same questions for immigrants who are supposed to be sent all across the world. There'll be millions in plane tickets. How are they paying for this? By getting out of the WHO and avoiding their annual fee? So what are they doing about the people who are working? Do they just leave the work half done? Will the clients be compensated? And who will pay for that compensation? One last thing about ICE detention camps. Who works there? Is there enough staff, food, and water for all the potential newcomers? Enough nurses, doctors, beds? If you work there and you need to keep your job, send me a DM. I have nothing to win by exposing you. I don't know, the whole thing just seems crazy and unclear, so if you have answers to these questions, stitch this video and answer the questions by number, please. Thank you so much.